What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're here for another episode of My Team Career Mode on F1 23. If you haven't seen the last episode, I recommend you go check that out, because you would have witnessed one of the craziest ways to get a 1-2 finish and brilliant strategy call under a safety car in a race that we might have rigged, unfortunately. Or we shouldn't say unfortunately, we did rig that race a little bit. But regardless, we're here for another episode off the back of one of our best performances and best results in CG motorsport history. So after Belgium, it is off to Zandvoort, but first we've got the summer break to contend with, and those aerodynamic upgrades, they were downforce upgrades. So they're going on the car for Zandvoort, because Zandvoort is a high downforce circuit, so that'll be very handy to have, especially now before the summer break, which we don't have any other upgrades planned. I think most of them would be on the car for either Monza or Singapore. I'm not entirely sure what upgrades at the moment we've got planned. Well, we don't have any other resource points to spend at the moment, so we'll focus on this weekend, the Dutch Grand Prix, the home race for Max Verstappen, and somehow Nick de Vries. How is he still in this team? Because there was I swear to God, there was an update somewhere saying that Ricciardo was now in the second AlphaTauri seat, and I swear I had that update brought in for this particular career mode, but I haven't seen. There's been no sign of Ricciardo anywhere, so I don't know what the go is. It doesn't really matter now because it's 2024. F1 24 has been out for a little while now. But as I said, I'm still trying to finish this season as quickly as I can, even though other things are just getting out of my way. As you Aussies may know, I play local footy, so that's kind of getting in the way, and work basically. So they're just kind of getting in the way. I'm trying to, and at the same time, I'm still doing everything I can to make videos as quickly as possible. But with all the things that I've got going on right now, it just makes it that little bit harder, in all honesty. So we'll just have to live with it for now and just get on with the job at hand. Basically, there's really not much more that we can do. So, new round of resource points come in. Major DRS. That's not going to get on for Monza, unfortunately. Weight reduction for Singapore. That could be one we can focus on. Any weight reduction or redistribution upgrades we can probably focus on. What else we got here? Fuel efficiency. I think fuel efficiency would actually be a really good to have, because Singapore is quite harsh on fuel, so I think we could target that. There's nothing we can do in durability, so I think either downforce or drag reduction, or even though with the changes to Singapore, it's not really going to be much. So I think we go for that was a rear downforce upgrade we just went off, that we just applied that upgrade. That will get on in time for Singapore, because Singapore is actually pretty high, is a pretty high downforce circuit as well. So as you can see, we're putting all the fresher components in. We are going to have to take grid penalties at some point, as I mentioned into the last episode. What's the gearbox at the moment? Energy soil is at 57 or 60. No, 57% for component 2. So yeah, penalty warning. We might avoid. We might wait to see what happens in qualifying. If we have a bit of a shocker, then we might have to put some new components in. I really don't want to do it at Monza, because Monza is a very high speed circuit, and it's basically all about straight lines. So I want to try and avoid applying penalties in Monza, because I got big moment as we go through the fast back part of the circuit. This is a track that I absolutely love. I love doing laps around Zandvoort, and to be honest, I reckon this is my driving style, if anything, because I really love fast flowing corners, and Zandvoort is literally one of those. Monza, it is high speed, but it's not really Zandvoort or Saudi, Qatar sort of high speed. So Q1, bit of a worrying signs for us. 14th and 12th for us respectively. However, that tie that we did, that would have been the one set of tyres that we used, because I really only used one set of tyres in Q1 So therefore, we could save a set of softs for potentially for the race. But yeah, just going back to the grid penalties for Monza. I really want to avoid that if possible, because we know Monza is a high-speed circuit, but we don't have the best straight line speed. So we can run the lowest downforce, but not have enough grip in the rest of the corners to really get us there. So we need to keep our wits about us. So P7 at the end of our first run, 6/10 away from the pace setters, and Lawson is just over a tenth behind us. So we're definitely not safe at the moment. We do need to do another lap. So our first run we did was on the set of softs we used from Q1. There goes Albon as we try to let him through. We went back into neutral again, and there goes the hometown hero Max Verstappen as we go into neutral again. I really hate having to do this, and here comes Liam Lawson at the right now. I tried to give him another tow again. I told you guys I wasn't going to do this again after what happened at Silverstone, but now Liam is all over our gearbox, and to be honest, we've already screwed ourselves because we had to give it the space, but now we've gone high wide and we're going to let him go. So now we have to pray, because we're not going to get to the line in time for another lap. We have to pray that we don't get knocked out in Q1 or in Q2. We've dropped down to 9th as we look at the leaderboard. Hulkenberg is ahead of us. There's a Mercedes yet to come. We're down to 10th. A few cars, a McLaren, and Lawson is about to cross the line next. We're still down there. Lawson's just crossed the line. We're okay for the moment. I don't know who that was, but that was a Haas. They just dropped across the line. And Perez, there was a Red Bull that passed us. I think that was Perez, and he's knocked us out in Q2. So that's a real disappointment for us. And Lawson, I don't think he even improved his time, because the gap is still very much the same from where we were. So let's see where the time was lost. And yes, it was. It was that first sector where we held him up. So that's pretty much my fault on my behalf, because I probably should have just let him go, to be honest. He was that close. I should have just let him go, in all honesty. So I'll put my hand up for that. Like I said, this is the same thing that happened at Silverstone. Trying to give Mark Webber a nice tow, but we screwed ourselves over, and he didn't even get through. So I don't know why I keep doing this. I'm trying to get the best result for the team, and for ourselves. So now that we're out of Q1, or we got knocked out in Q2, we're starting 12. We're starting outside the top 10. Is it worth taking grid penalties? I think so. So because I'd rather have the fresher components now, rather than putting them on for Monza, will be way down back.
For years, the passionate Dutch fans have been easy to find trackside in races across Europe. Here this weekend, it's even easier to find the Dutch fans as they have a race to call their own once again. A warm welcome to all of our viewers in the Netherlands and around the globe, of course, as we get underway for the Dutch Grand Prix. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Sainz, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Hulkenberg, Russell, Gasly, Magnussen, Liam Lawson, Joe, Ocon, Tsunoda, Stroll, Bottas, Sargent, Albon, De Vries, and Skip. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
Alrighty then, we are ready to go in Zandvoort. But one thing that's kind of caught me out, actually, I thought taking the new energy store would only give us five places, but instead, it's actually given us 10 grid places. So we instead of a 5 grid place penalty, we've now been given a 10 grid place penalty. Because I thought like every new component that we take, or any component that we take that we don't have, because like if we need to add a new component that's outside of the the allowed amount that we have for the year. I thought it would only be like 5 places, but instead it's actually 10 places. So that's kind of caught me unawares. So confirmation right there, dead last. So we'll live with it. We'll see what happens. We've got 36 laps ahead of us. Let's get this one underway in Zandvoort. 5 red lights, and the season has resumed in Zandvoort. Fairly steady start. Not the greatest starts in the world, but fairly short run down into the turn 1. It's a very lot of bank circuits, banked corners around here. Get my words right. Bit of small contact with Albon. I want to try and use the outside line to make up some positions, but we've had to stick to the inside, use a bit of ERS to try and get past Sargent. Are we able to do so as we go up towards the very fast turn number 7? No, we can't, so we'll let him go. We'll live to fight another day, unless we go for a very cheeky move down into turn 9. This is the corner coming up here, and we do make a lunge. He leaves us in the space pretty late there, Sargent. We'll have the outside for turn 10. Can we make this move stick? We do. Around the outside, flowing run, very nice. Now we've got a nice gap to Bottas. We can break as late as we dare into the stadium section. First lap done, and we are going to set up a lunge. No, we're going to try around the outside of Bottas into turn 1. Can we get Stroll in the process as well? Not quite. But watch this. We'll set up the car to go to the outside for the bank hairpin, and we can get the better run. That should be almost job done. However, Stroll is still there or thereabouts on board with Tsunoda, looking back at our battle. But oh Jesus, Stroll did well to fight that, but we do get Stroll, and we're up into 17th place. So we're making progress very quickly. If you haven't noticed already, I did decide to start on the soft compound tire because I wanted to make positions as quickly as possible. And while we're making these moves, we could just coast into some of these corners and really just save a little bit of fuel. Here's a replay of the start. This is Carlos Sainz, who led at the first lap, and he got an absolutely ripper start. He started 4th on the grid on the medium tyres, and Hamilton has been swept up by the Ferrari. Hamilton didn't get a bad start, but Sainz got a mega start. He goes from 4th to 1st in one corner. That is a ripper start. That's the best start I've seen all year so far. Dive up on Monocon into the stadium section. That's 15th place for the take. So we are really making these moves very, very quickly. And while we're doing that, we are setting purple sectors everywhere, but we're not able to get the fastest lap because we had to make these overtakes ourselves. But we're going to set up a move into Magnussen into turn 9. We are really making these moves stick and very cleanly. This is the kind of progress I was hoping to make, and we are making it work very, very much. Flowing run around the outside of Zhou. Can we get a nice overlap? We do better than that. We're going to overtake him at the exit of turn 4. Very, very nicely done. George Russell up next. He's a little bit further down than what I thought he would be, although it is a Mercedes, and the Mercedes has not been great, I must say. Here we go again. This seems to be our favourite way of getting past. Going around the outside, or taking the high line at the banked hairpin and getting the job done. Now Fernando is up next. He's trying to make an overtake on Gasly. We're going to try and do something about this if we can, but there's nowhere for us to go at the moment. So high line. Do we want the high line? No, we're going to go to the inside this time and get the move done on Gasly. So the rest. So as far as I'm aware, the cars ahead of us right now are on medium tyres. Gasly's still trying to hang it in there, but this time we do prevail to get ourselves. I think that was for a position in the top 10. That was Lawson getting overtaken by Nico Hülkenberg on lap 9. That was actually for 11th or 12th, that move on Gasly. So we're nearly into the points already, and we're on lap 9. And by now, I think the softs are starting to die off a little bit. If Lawson did get overtaken, although it was with DRS and he was falling away anyway in his 3rd race in F1 and for CG Motorsport. Trying to go around the outside of Fernando. Turn 1, nicely done. Into the points on lap number 10. So we've made 1.5 spots per lap. There's Lawson trying to go for a move on Hulkenberg. We've given him a tap, but could that little tap have given him a boost to get past Hulkenberg? He's got the inside, but Hulkenberg swoops around the outside. But now we have to do a little bit of team orders here. Lawson, we've got the faster car. We're charging through. We are championship leaders, and we have a championship to think about. So we need maximum points that we can get. Now, Liam, he's still thereabouts, but we are a lot closer to Hulkenberg than what Liam is to us. So here we go. We're going to try and make Hulkenberg go around the outside. No, we're not. We're going to go back to the racing line, and we are just going to set off into the distance, unfortunately. Here we go. He changed for the lead. That's Sainz on Hamilton. Hamilton got the lead back at 1 point, and now Sainz tries to make a move. He does into turn 1, and he makes it stick. Hamilton, if he tried to stick around there, the outside, or tried to stay side by side with cars, he might have been able to swoop around the outside of 2 and have the inside for turn 3. Is it turn 3 or 4 the bank tap in? I don't know. No, yeah, there's this corner right here. Is this turn 3 or 4? I'm not entirely certain. Tyres are starting to die off a little bit now, so we're getting closer to our pit window. I think they were just over 40%, those tyres. Teammates into the pits. Our pit window is open. So we can, realistically, we can pit this lap and try and get a bit of an undercut benefit. But if we do that, we pit up to everyone else pits, then we're going nowhere. We're going nowhere. Everyone ahead of us will just jump away from us. So I think the best way to do this is to try and stay with the leaders and pit up a lap or so after them. That was Hamilton, and I think that's Leclerc coming in. Now Sainz and Verstappen have a battle for the lead of the race. Verstappen and Sainz side by side. Verstappen can't quite stay in the lead, but Sainz prevails. Oh, he's locked up. Verstappen's got the inside for the Bay hairpin. The Dutch fans would be loving this, and Verstappen almost in front, but Sainz fights back as they head towards turn number 5. This is brilliant racing. Verstappen on the outside, he has to give way, but he doesn't. He stays there where he is, and Verstappen leads in Zandvoort. What a move from the Dutchman who leads his home race, and now they pit on the same lap. And I'm assuming it's either hards or softs. It is hards for Max, hards for Sainz. Now where's Lewis? Here's Lewis. This is what we want to see. Lewis pitted at one lap, pitted the lap when they were battling, and now Lewis, I think, has managed to jump them all and take the lead. Yes, and that's Leclerc. He came in the same lap as Lewis, and he's jumped them all. So Leclerc and Hamilton have gotten themselves track position, and the lap after they, this is like a lap or two after they pitted, our tyres are at 60, well over 60%. Lap 19. This is a good time to come in. But while we've been pushing, what I noticed, I think it was like later in the stint, that we were using quite a bit of fuel, and I did have a theory in the back of my mind that fuel might be a bit of an issue. And I think at the start of the race, I think I only put in I think just over a lap worth of fuel, and now we've got like not even half of that, or probably just over a quarter of that tank. So we are in a little bit of strife at the moment. So Liam, he pitted several laps after us, but now unfortunately we do have to pass it because we are on the faster, fresher tyres, and unfortunately he's going to have to. I can't defend. I can't help him defend now. I have to go and at least try and chase down everyone else while having to conserve a bit of fuel as well. We need to conserve. We really do need to conserve whatever fuel we have left, because if we don't, we won't finish this race. So again, it's another race where we kind of screwed ourselves a little bit because I really didn't think fuel was going to be too much of an issue, but unfortunately it is. Yellow flag behind us. I wonder who that might be. It's a Mercedes behind us. It's George. Now he passed Liam a little while ago at some point, and now he is now unfortunately out of this race, and he can't help his teammate anymore because he's out of the race. Speaking of his teammate, he is getting ambushed by Verstappen on the fresher tyres. Verstappen around the outside at Tarzan corner. This is for the lead and potentially the win of the Dutch Grand Prix. Verstappen has not won a race since the opening race of the year. Verstappen goes through and takes the lead at his home race. Verstappen now leads and should, in theory, blast off into the distance with those faster, fresher tyres right now. And I really do hope that he does that because it'll be fantastic to see him win in front of the Orange Army. But Lewis is sticking with him at the moment. He's going to go for a move into turn 1. Is this Hamilton and Verstappen 2.0 recreated? I hope not. But Hamilton has taken the lead back from Verstappen. So this race is not over yet, but Verstappen thought he had it sewn up, and there's only a few laps to go. It'll be 4 to go next time by. Verstappen is going to have to fight and fight and fight to potentially to either fight him off or take the lead back, as he could potentially do right now. Verstappen around the outside, he'll have the outside for turn 3, but he'll have the inside for the hairpin. He won't need to worry about which line he takes because he's got the lead back. Can he get far enough ahead so that Lewis can't fight him back? But no, he's not. Looking at the mini-map, Hamilton's got the lead back again. So Verstappen and Hamilton recreate 2.0 is really happening right now. Tyre wear, it's getting close to 40%, even though we haven't been pushing that hard. Here we go, down the main straight again. Verstappen is further ahead of Lewis. Can he get now far enough ahead? That move is on lap 35. Next time by, it is the last lap. Can Verstappen, with that move being made a lot easier than the last couple of times, can he get far enough ahead to potentially keep hold of the lead of the race? Here we go, round the banked hairpin and onto the start-finish straight to start the final lap of the race. Hamilton had DRS all the way around the last corner. Is he close enough for a move? He's got the inside line into the first corner, but he can't make the move. Verstappen keeps the lead, and that might have been the last chance for Hamilton to snatch this win away from Verstappen. Verstappen rounds the final couple of corners. He has not won since the opening race of the year. And here at Zandvoort, Max Verstappen returns to the winners list and makes it a triple in Zandvoort. Max Verstappen, it's a three-peat at Zandvoort. What a win for Max Verstappen. His second win of the year, and the reigning champion is back in business to keep the number 1 on his car. And we pushed late in the race and we actually ran out of gas and we come home just about.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
What a race that was. Superb win from Verstappen. He had to do it. If there was a race that he wanted to win so badly, it was here in Zandvoort.
A difficult race then on a circuit that demands complete concentration, but they persevered to take the win here today. So Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, confidence breeds confidence. Success breeds success. They are very much enjoying the purple patch right now.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
That is a wonderful sight. If you're a Dutch fan in the grandstands wearing orange, there will be orange smoke in the sky. I would have no doubt about that. This is one of my favourite races to see, and it is literally one of the best circuits to race on. Just the atmosphere and just seeing all the orange in the grandstand, which is the only thing that you see when you come to this racetrack. And it's just so good to see Max back on top from P5 on the grid as well. And have we just seen Verstappen and Hamilton 2.0 start again? I wonder, because Verstappen has not won a race since the opening race of the year. But yeah, somehow he's still only P4 and right now 57 points behind. So And there are still, what? There's 75 points between us and Carlos Sainz in 8th. So this is very much still anyone's championship right now. There are 8 drivers at this point in time, after 14 races, still with a shot to win this championship. And 81 points between Red Bull and McLaren. The top 5. That is, this is literally anyone's game right now. Anyone can win the drivers and anyone can win the constructors. This is anyone's game right now. So this is becoming a very, very spicy championship right now. I am absolutely enjoying this, but not if you're a driver in your rookie season and you're leading a championship. That's probably the worst thing you'd experience, just to feel all of the pressure in the world and knowing that you are in the box seat to win your first championship, and you're the championship leader by almost 2 rounds, but you're not quite at that point. I think we're gonna have to find something in this car, because we haven't had particularly a great couple of races apart from the last race what am I saying? Apart from Spa and Hungary, because we won in Hungary and we got the 1-2 in Spa last time out. But I think we're still gonna have to find another way to really get Liam towards the top end of town somehow. Look, we can't just rely on giving him the slipstream, because that's not going to help our cause. And well, yeah, we need to find some other way to get him towards the top, to help with the constructors especially. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed that video, give this video a massive thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, to see plenty more F1, 23 and 24 content very, very soon. But until the next one, for the Monza Grand Prix, the Italian Grand Prix, the home race for Ferrari, I'll see you guys next time.